Hi, my name is Helen EDUC6019, and this presentation is my summation for EDUC6019 Teachers as Researchers Assessment 2. Today, I am going to present a topic which talks about teachers' absenteeism in early childhood education in Australia. First off, I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of this land. We acknowledge the waterways, the land, the sky, and all who inhabit this place, country. We acknowledge their ancestors and their elders and recognize those who continue to protect and promote Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders cultures. We acknowledge the past and stand together for our future. In 2013, the Australian Curriculum Assessment and Reporting Body stated that teaching is a profession that affects all Australians. There are approximately 270,000 teachers working with almost 4 million students in 9,500 schools across Australia. Teachers play a vital role in every community and they have far reaching influence. Their work shapes the future of Australia. The Australian government recognized that teaching profession is one of the great importance and in the year November 2018 announced an inquiry into the status of profession with the intent of ensuring that teaching is fulfilling and rewarding for educators. Researchers have reported a looming teacher shortage, particularly for teachers in specialist areas and in rural and remote schools, and alarming rates of teachers' attrition. I wanted to better understand the factors that were influencing these key issues. Our nationally representative public survey focused a perception of teachers and teaching, and our accompanying teacher survey invited teachers to comment on their experiences. In this following report, we share the findings of each topic that was investigated through the surveys and offer key points that will contribute to ongoing discussion about teaching profession. However, this report is divided into three sections, which I named the methodology, findings, and implications. My research question: the purpose of this study is to explore and contribute to the findings of teachers' perception of their work survey to amplify the voices of teachers, inviting them to contribute to much needed understanding of their career experiences and workplace conditions. Specifically, the study aimed to address the reasons why teachers are not consistent with their profession, which makes them quit almost all the time. And secondly, how does the teacher absenteeism impact children's well-being in early childhood education? These are our key points: the methodology, the findings, and implications. Let's go down to the method and methodology that was employed in this research. I employed a quantitative survey methodology. I chose this methodology because I wanted to gain knowledge about the reality of early childhood teachers and their perceptions of teaching experiences respectively. I checked existing knowledge about reality by determining what I tested. I collected data and I analyzed data. For this methodology, I used survey and sent out an online survey via Google Forms to 45 respondents and got 37 results. I used collected data to test hypotheses in hypothesis testing in order to gain deeper understanding of the research question. I also employed a primary quantitative research method which focuses on collection of data directly from the online survey. The survey ensured reliability for comparable and consistent responses. Quantitative data was embedded to provide depth to the analysis. During the course of this research, my limitations was data from the respondents were not robust enough to explain complex issues. Limited number of teachers that I had, only 37 participants out of 45 participants undertook the survey. Also, not every one of the respondents took their time to give details about a particular concern. My representation of data is as follows: the perception of teaching profession, the teacher satisfaction, teacher's perception on workload, teacher's perspective to attracting and retaining teachers to the profession. I had to use this chart to describe or explain my chart, which stated that the Australian public appreciate teachers. When the survey was given, this was the responses we got from the respondents. Teachers participants were asked to indicate their agreement with the statement, I feel the Australian public appreciate teachers. The teacher survey gave us an opportunity. It actually provided opportunity, which illustrated that about 15% strongly agreed that the public appreciates Australian teachers, while 29% agreed, 15% strongly disagreed, 56% of, of the public actually disagreed. Moving down, when asked if they intended to leave the profession, about 58% of the participants indicated that they would. Of those respondents, 10% cited feeling unappreciated as contributing to their desire to leave. This was demonstrated in a comment as follows: I quote, lack of feelings appreciated and valued for experience. I feel unsupported and not valued. I feel unappreciated and disrespected in community, public, and media. One of the teachers made it also in quotes as she expressed herself. She said, I feel as though there is very little trust in teachers. This comes from parents, leadership within the school, government, general public, and other students. I feel constantly criticized as though I need to prove myself worthy over and over again. It is absolutely shattering when you are working hard and with passion, following best practice, constantly building skills to ensure you are continually improving and caring deeply for individuals' outcome of the young people in your care, to be treated as though you are substandard. The next chart stated that asked teachers if they were satisfied with their role. In the chart, we can see that 30% disagreed in that, 14% strongly agree, and 56% strongly disagreed. The survey asked teachers to the extent to which they agreed, and I am satisfied in my role as a teacher. Satisfaction is strongly associated with teachers' retention and attrition, with recent research finding that teachers who report job satisfaction are between 4 and 9 times more likely to remain in the profession. Also, one of the survey questions asked the teachers if they would recommend teaching as a profession. And 13% strongly disagree, 6% agreed, 40% strongly agreed, and 40% disagreed. One of the teachers made a comment and she said, I am currently finding a distinct lack of balance between my work and my family life. I take work home to mark every day. I plan, prepare, and organize each afternoon for the following day, and I am exhausted after each day falling into bed. I work hours every weekend during the holidays. There is little switch of time. The long hours, workload, and the emotionally taxing nature of the job is 24/7 work, and my brain is constantly thinking about school or is at school. I don't think I can do it for more than 10 years as a classroom teacher. Moving forward, the interpretation of my data says that this research has taught me that teachers' workload in an area of is an area of concern for teachers' intention to leave the profession and form part of the reasons people would not recommend teaching as a career. About 56% of my participants talked about their dissatisfaction in their role. Only about 34% expressed satisfaction with their role. My findings about teachers is that teaching is a challenging profession. Teachers' insight in the challenges we face can inform policy and practice, which is considered very useful. My findings from teachers led me back to the reasons why teachers' absenteeism is growing in Australia, leading to teachers leaving their profession and in turn affects the well-being of children. For example, tampering with children's emotions, their feelings, making them feel frustrated, nervous each time they come across a new educator in their rooms. Limitations faced was that data were not robust enough to explain complex issues. Not every of the respondents took their time to give details on the survey question. In conclusion, this study sampling of teachers in early childhood education provides a broad picture of the state of teachers' perception of their work, which illustrated that 56% respondents felt dissatisfied in their work and strongly disagreed, which is similar to the recent staff in Australia's schools survey, according to Mackenzie. However, few teachers agree that teachers find their work engaging to the mind and intellect, reporting high levels of satisfaction. My findings from teachers led me back to the reasons why teachers' absenteeism is growing in Australia, leading to teachers leaving their profession and in turn affect the well-being of children. For example, tampering with their emotions, making them feel frustrated, nervous each time they come across a new educator in their rooms. This actually brings about the connection between my sub question B that talks about how it affects the well being of children in early childhood education. These are my references, and thank you for listening.